The NBA season is soon to start once again, and one of the names that everyone's going to be looking at to make a big splash is that of Luka Doncic. After all, from the moment he stepped into the league, he's been a stud on the court, to the extent that he's elevated the Mavericks into a playoff contender just about every year, and he's only getting better with experience. But while you know the man on the court in the NBA, can you also say you know a lot about him off the court? To allow us to show you 10 things you didn't know about Luka Doncic. Number 10. Who he was before the NBA. Now, one of the things that is honestly very obvious about Luka, heck, the name says it all, is that he's from Europe. But his time there before coming to America and the NBA is much more significant than you probably realize. Luka was born in the largest city in Slovenia with a population of about 300,000. Despite some troubles that you'd think would have held him back, Doncic rose to the top quick in Europe. He debuted for Real Madrid in Spain at the age of 15. His debut for the Spanish basketball club senior team made him the youngest player in history to do so. With Real Madrid, he won a 2018 EuroLeague title, was crowned EuroLeague MVP. A year before, he led the senior Slovenian national team to a Eurobasket title. It was Slovenia's first Eurobasket championship in history. Now that proves he was born for this, don't you think? He was getting titles and honors over in Europe and proving that he was one of the best players in the whole continent. It's only a matter of time before he moved elsewhere to better test his skills. Plus, he really had a match made in heaven situation, as the Mavericks are famous for getting international players and making them stars in their own right, such as future Hall of Famer Dirk Nowitzki, who was not only a major star in the NBA, but he helped get the Mavericks their first ever NBA title. Now, many are already saying that Luka is the second coming of Dirk in certain ways. Granted, he hadn't gotten that title like Dirk did yet, but he seems to have the talent that could lead him to that. Number 9, Luka and the dogs. Now, let's go a little more basic and lighthearted. How? Well, Luka's got pets, and specifically, he's a dog lover. He's got a Pomeranian named Hugo, and the other, a white Swiss Shepherd named Gia. And he really loves those dogs. If you follow either him or his girlfriend on Instagram, you'll have seen numerous pictures of his pooches. In fact, they're basically the focus of said social media accounts. These dogs show that he's setting down roots and taking the time to enjoy life outside the NBA in a meaningful way. And besides, who doesn't love dogs? Number 8. Compared to Steve Nash. With young and potentially epic talent, there are always going to be people who compare them to greats in their sport. For example, Mavericks owner Mark Cuban said once that Luka was a 6'7" Steve Nash. Nash is a legend of the NBA and Hall of Famer. Despite his size, he was a fantastic shooter and an assist magnet. He was the leader of the Suns for many years and helped them be in contention for the playoffs and beyond many times. Even won the MVP twice for his efforts. Thus, the comparison means he's well-rounded, knows how to work well with a team, and more. Ironically enough, Nash heard about this and weighed in on Luka, saying that he's a dream prospect. Number 7. Rookie of the Year. So your first year in the NBA doesn't always define you, but it helps if you make a splash and prove your worth right away. Luka Doncic did that and more. His scoring, passing, and just overall ability wowed just about everyone. He was easily the Rookie of the Year winner by a wide margin. Doncic swept Rookie of the Month voting in the West, earning the honor 5 out of 5 times. And since the NBA split the award into East and West, only 6 players have done the same. And trust us when we say he's in really good company on that list. His second year, just as good as his first, if not better. He took the Mavericks to not just a winning record, but to a great series against the LA Clippers, and almost single-handedly won games for them because of his skills. His third year had struggles, but he willed his team to victory and took them to the playoffs yet again. He's come a long way from his rookie days, but he hasn't stopped growing yet, and that makes him even scarier on the court in many ways. Number 6. Michael Jordan. During his historic rookie season, Luka Doncic was naturally selected for the rookie team during the NBA All-Star Weekend. Through that, he got to meet Michael Jordan. Jordan and Luka had actually been compared to each other in terms of their impressive rookie years, the stats that they had put up in those years, and more. Luka deflected the comparisons, though, and noted that people were reading into them too much and that Michael was one of a kind. As for their actually meeting, he noted in an interview afterward that he was so nervous he forgot to ask for a picture with him, which is, again, very understandable given the greatness you're next to. Oh, and it should be noted that MJ had nothing bad to say about Luka either, praising the young talent and noting he would likely have a big future in the league. Number 5. Born to play. So how do you become a great basketball player? Do you have it in you since you were born, or is it something you can truly just pick up and go with? In the case of Luka, it's apparently a bit of both. Donka is said to have had a basketball in his hands when he was just 7 months old. He began playing organized basketball when he was around 7 years old, likely because of his father, who was also a pro player in Europe. Now, of course, we all know children who didn't take from their gifted parents in the athletics department, but Luka was that exception to the rule in a big way. Number 4. Ball boy. We noted that Luka's father played professional ball as well, and in his time with Slovenia, of which he was said to be quite the player too from a young age, he helped the team to a title in 2008. Guess who was the ball boy for that team? His son, Luka. Seeing his father winning with Slovenia no doubt motivated him to try and match what his father did and surpass it. That's exactly what he did. We're not knocking his father, but Luka has done much more than he ever did. And unlike dear old dad, Luka got to be in the NBA. But his father is no doubt glad that he inspired his kid to be a great basketball player and carry the family's legacy to new heights. Number 3. Mom's helping hand. When Luka went to Spain to play with their team, he didn't know the language, the layout of the country, or anything like that, which would have been hard to adapt to on his own, so his mother actually came over to Spain with him and lived with him for a while so that he could adjust and not feel totally overwhelmed. That's Mom of the Decade material right there. Oh, and somewhat randomly, she has her own fan club in the US. Believe it. Number 2. Dating a model. Luka is currently dating Ana Maria Goltes, who is a model in Slovenia. Ironically, the two have known each other since 2011, so they've been together for a while. They had a brief breakup because of the NBA draft, but they got back together and have been noted to be inseparable now. Something to be appreciative of in these uncertain times, wouldn't you say? And number 1, his future in the NBA. So let's ask the question that many are going to be speculating on for years to come. How big can Luka get in the NBA? It's unclear. Many hope that, like Dirk before him, he'll bring a title to Dallas, something the city could definitely use. But even if he just makes the Mavericks a threat again, many will be pleased with that, and they're going to enjoy every minute of Luka being on the floor. Personally, for him, though, you can tell he wants to win. The last 2 playoff seasons have proven that while he has the talent to succeed, he can't always will his team to win with him. This season is one where he's going to fight harder than ever to get out of the first round of the playoffs and onward to an appearance in the finals. Western Conference is stacked and he needs to be ready, but something tells us he will be. What do you think of this look at Luka and who he is both on and off the court? Were you surprised with some of the facts? Which ones did you personally think separate him from the pack? Or do you know of some other interesting facts that people would like to know? Let us know in the comments below. Hey, we'll see you next time right here on the channel.